Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So it's time for monthly favorites. It's hard to believe we've burned through another month already. And a month of summer, which we haven't had much summer here in the Midwest just yet. So I'm hopeful that it's here now and maybe it'll hang around for a little while. So let's get started on my favorites for the month of June. In my last video I talked about some new products that I bought that I was loving, and I also talked about some products that I sort of rediscovered. So I'm not going to touch on those again, but I do love those products. So if you're interested in seeing those, you can just go back to my last video and see them. But all the products that I'm going to talk about today are, none of them are new. They are some products that I have been loving, and maybe products that I haven't talked about in a while. So let's jump right in and get started because I have quite a few things I want to talk about. The first product I'm going to talk about is relatively new, and I talked about it when I picked it up, but it has quickly become a favorite, and it is my Chantecaille Eye Duo in Gardens of Marrakesh. So I am loving this palette, really. I can't say enough good things about it. I just love, especially this golden tan color. It's beautiful on the lid. You can wear it wet or dry, but it doesn't really need to be used wet to get good color payoff. I wear this color a lot. Just I sweep it on my lid. Sometimes I'll put a little color in the crease and some liner. I love it. And this is a really pretty color too, just to wear or to put over a darker color to add a little bit of lilac to it. They're both really, really pretty. I think they're a very high quality, and truly, I have been loving them, so I thought I'd talk about them again because I reach for this all the time. So that is the first thing. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a matte eyeshadow palette that I really enjoy using. And for those of you who maybe don't want to spring for one of the Viseart palettes, this is a great all matte palette, and it is the Too Faced Natural Matte Eyeshadow Collection. It's 9 matte shadows. There's some cool tones, some warm tones, a little bit of neutral in there. They're very, very high quality shadows, very, very wearable. You can see mine have seen a lot of love. Very high quality. They lay beautifully on the lid, even my mature lids. I reach for this all the time. I do. It is beautiful. There's a wide enough range of colors, I feel like, if you're looking for some good mattes. And like I said, you don't want to spend the money on one of the big Viseart palettes, or you just don't want a palette that big. This is a really great palette. And I love that they made like the lid shade and the highlight shades larger. These are shades you use more of, and then these are shades you tend to use less of. It's a really, really nice palette, especially for the money. It comes with a little booklet of some eye looks and that kind of thing. I really, really do like this. Too Faced shadows are really, really nice quality, I find. So loving this. And I thought I would talk about it because I'm not sure I've ever really talked about it, but I do reach for it a lot, and I think it's a really great matte palette. Another thing that I've been using a lot on my eyes is the Trish McEvoy Brightening eye stick. So it's in the color Shell. It's just a soft pink color, and it's made for, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, there it is. That's a very heavy swatch. It's made for, you could do like highlight the brow bone or the inner corner, or you could use it on your lower lash line, but I'll tell you what I've been using it for is an eye base. You know, I just take my finger and spread it all over my lid, and it does a couple of things. First of all, it mattes down the lid very nicely, and my shadow wears all day, and I find for me that when you wear a super light color like this as your base, then your eyeshadows show more true to color when you put them on your lid, which is why a lot of people use a white pencil on their lid, you know, before they do an eye look, because the colors that you use then will be much more vibrant because they have a white base. I like this. It's a very soft pink, but it is really, really nice. And so yeah, I've been using it as an eye base, and it has really kept my shadow from creasing all day. It helps my shadows look more true to color and brighter, and it's very easy to use because it's just a pencil, big pencil. You know, it's not going to break. It's easy to carry with you. I also think it's great for, you know, using on your lower waterline if you want to brighten up your eye. or using in the inner corner as well, because it's a matte. It's not too shimmery, which I don't like using like a super shimmery color in my inner corner. I just think it looks a little over the top for me personally, and this is fantastic. I do know that these are very popular. When I worked at Neiman, this is one of the things that they could never keep in stock at the Trish McEvoy counter. So love it. I've been loving it. And I'm not sure I've ever talked about this, but I started using it as an eye base and I just love it. So highly recommend that. I'm going to talk about my favorite under eye concealer, and I've talked about this many times before, but maybe not necessarily recently, and it is the Chanel Corrector Perfection. I use the color 31. It's not waterproof, but it is a long wearing under eye concealer. It comes with a doe foot. Mine, the one I use is 31. It's a very pink toned color, but it tends to work really well for me. This I find doesn't really crease. It lasts all day. Of all the concealers for my under eye that I try, I always come back to this for some reason. So it is a favorite. I use it every day. I won't be without it. Love it. Okay, what do I want to go to next? I wanted to talk about blotting papers. To me, it doesn't really matter what brand they are. Boscia tends to be the one I go to all the time. I'm not sure why. But if you are not a user of the blotting paper, I highly recommend you try it because, you know, especially now, it's the summertime, a lot of us are fighting humidity. It's a really great way to, you know, freshen up your face. Just blotting off the oil that's in your T-zone many times for me is enough. And also, if you're going to touch up, you want to blot this, you know, the oils off your skin first. Otherwise, when you touch up, you're going to get a very heavy, cakey look. So I highly recommend a blotting paper. Boscia is my favorite, but there's many of them that are very, very good. I don't think you need to buy Boscia, but I think you need to use blotting papers. So I wanted to talk about them. And especially as we come into summertime, it's a great thing to have. Carry in your bag, easy to carry. So yeah, I highly recommend blotting papers. And now we're going to talk about a couple of lip products really quickly before I wrap up. You guys know that I've been working on, you know, just wearing a brighter lip as we went into spring and summer. And so the next couple that I'm going to talk about are some favorites of mine. The one I'm wearing, which I know everybody's looking at, is they both actually happen to be MAC lipsticks, but this is a MAC lipstick in the color Speak Louder. It's a cream sheen. This is what I'm wearing today. I don't have anything else on because I wanted you guys to see it, you know, just sort of in its true to color. It's a beautiful sort of bright rosy pink color. It's not super bright, but for me this is pretty bright. But for some reason I'm very comfortable in this color. Like, it's really bright, but for me it doesn't, I'm not uncomfortable. Like, when I see myself in it, I don't go, oh gosh, that's too much. So yeah, I love this color. It's not new, but I have been using it quite a bit this summer, and I do love it. It also goes really well with my my favorite gloss that I'm going to talk about. And this is I talked about recently as a recent purchase. It is the MAC lip gloss in Domestic Diva. It is a lip gloss, right? I'm pretty sure it's a lip gloss in Domestic Diva from the Wash and Dry collection. I love this. It is perfect over this lipstick as well, but I don't have it on today. But I do wear it a lot over the lipstick because it's so pretty. The colors are so... This is a great... it's a great lip gloss if you don't mind a sticky gloss. It's really, really pretty. It's quite pigmented, so it adds a very good amount of brightness to your lips. I love it, but it is sticky, so if you don't like a sticky gloss, not for you. And then the last lipstick that I'm going to talk about that I've been loving this in this last month is a luster from MAC, and it's in the color Lip Blossom, which is not as bright as Speak Louder, and it's a little more peach, but it's still pretty bright. So there it is. A little bit more peach toned. This is way more pink, has way more pink in it. Almost a little bit of red maybe in this one, and this one is much more peach toned. But again, I love them both. This one will be easier for a lot of people to wear because it's a luster, so it's less pigmented. So if you wanted to, you know, start off slowly, here it is, you know, swatched very lightly, and this is a couple of layers, you could do that. So loving this as well. Again, that's Lip Blossom. And you could wear this with the MAC gloss as well, because this is a very sort of, you know, pinky, peachy kind of color, but very bright. So those are the bright lips that I've been wearing quite a bit, and I have been actually using them quite a bit. I've been trying, you know, I've been challenging myself to wear brighter lips this summer, you know, just because I do think it brightens up your face, and this is the time of year to, you know, to embrace these colors. So, so yeah, that is it for my favorites. Please share in the comments what your favorites of the month are. I'm just looking to make sure I've covered everything, and I have. To share what your favorites of the month are. I didn't really have any fails. I did talk about a fail in my last video, so you can go, it was an IT Cosmetics foundation, but you can go look at that if you want to. I don't want to repeat myself. So that is it for today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.